Hey guys and gals, welcome to this week's pre-foreclosure daily grind tip of the week. Chris the Drummer Bowes, Bob LaChance. Hopefully everyone has a great week. As you can see, we both got the company memo for the shirts here. Chris looks a little better though. I think he's got a nice little stylish shirt there.
Yeah.
But anyway, today we're going to go over the Mortgage Assistance Relief Services ruling. It's a short sale disclosure ruling that the FTC put into effect. When was that? In the end of January?
Yeah.
End of January. But anyway, we're specifically going to go over some of the disclosures and what they mean to us as real estate professionals, whether we're agents, investors, or loss mitigation processors or specialists. We're going to go over that. Number one big point. In our marketing materials and our disclosures, we have to disclose that we're not endorsed by their lender and the federal government. Fair enough. Whatever. Part of the game. This is a big one, Chris. The seller can walk at any time through your negotiations. Now, let's really break this down for a second. If you're a real estate agent and you're negotiating a short sale and you get a ready, willing, and able buyer coming in, do you really think the seller could walk at that time?
No. I think there'd be some issues. Let's say, we have a short sale approval letter in place, buyer's ready to close, and the seller decides to just not cooperate.
Yeah, and they sign the contract. First of all, if you're a real estate agent, you have a 6-month listing, let's just say, and you find a buyer that comes in, right?
Yep.
The buyer does their inspections, they do all that, the seller already signs that contract. I think there's a whole world of hurt for that seller coming in effect.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit of a problem going on.
So I think that wasn't taken into consideration in this.
Clearly not.
In this, in the whole mortgage assistance relief services. All right, that's number one. Number two, it says number three, no upfront fees can be paid. I got no problem. We never asked for upfront fees.
Right.
But you know where this could be a problem? If you are a loan modification company. That's a challenge, right?
That could be interesting, yeah.
Not to mention that it also says that the seller, like we said before, you could get the loan mod accepted, and after review, even after the consumer reviews it, they could look at it and say, oh, even though I said okay at the beginning, now I want to walk.
Right.
So you could do work for the next 3, 4, 5 months on a loan mod, and the seller could still walk on you.
Right.
That kind of screws every loan mod company. But Chris, who does that help?
Attorneys, perhaps?
It does help attorneys, because the attorneys are the ones that are pushing for this, for some of these changes right here. It actually creates a pretty good business for attorneys, doesn't it?
Funny.
Because who could charge upfront fees?
Attorneys?
They could. And that's one of the challenges. And again, I'm not yucking on anybody, but that's a challenge for this part of the industry, for loan mod companies in particular.
Definitely put a lot of them out of business, I'm sure.
And if you really look at it a little deeper, it kind of hurts the economy. It creates more unemployment, right? Our direct mail fulfillment companies are getting hit because who's going to mail to consumers, right? Investors or entrepreneurs, if you will, right? And that's really, really going to hurt it. So if you look at who that affects, it affects a lot of people. It also affects the consumers, because there won't be a lot of people that are actually going to be targeting homeowners that are behind on their mortgage to help them and help them even stay in their houses.
Won't be a lot of reliable options for them,
No, unfortunately, if you look at attorneys, do not send out. I know there's a lot of funny things with their rulings in direct mail pieces, so they're not really going to be marketed to actually assist them, which is going to hurt.
Yeah, most attorneys are not really. They're just not too reliable. Again, we're not yucking on them, but they're just. We get calls all the time from homeowners who just say they're, even some attorneys, they're even just too busy to handle really to do.
Exactly. So anyway, that's really going to cut down on the success and also the help for these homeowners. But anyway, let's move on. All right, you can never promise or guarantee anything, which you should never do in any of your marketing anyway. I guarantee you're going to save your house. I guarantee you're going to stop foreclosure. I guarantee never guarantee that you're going to do that, because unfortunately you can't, especially in this business. Okay, and never, and this is the final one, never advise to stop paying. Never advise your client to stop paying their mortgage. If you do that, you're an absolute idiot. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but you are. Chris, who would do that?
Well, funny story. I was actually talking to a friend of mine last night. The agent that is listing his house and assisting him with his short sale told him to stop paying his mortgage.
So, if anyone out there is really listening to this, never, ever, ever advise anybody to stop paying their mortgage, because guess what? It's coming back on you. Also, a good tip. Some lenders will actually do a short sale if your client is current on their mortgage. Typical guideline is they need the property to be listed for at least 90 days. Okay? So that is a guideline right there. So never, please, never, ever, ever tell someone to stop paying their mortgage. I know we want to keep this video short, and that's only part of the MARS that we're talking about right now, which is the Mortgage Assistance Relief Services. Okay? Cool?
Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Also, check out Finder Solution, which is our small business workspace, our CRM. Check it out. It's still in beta. It's unbelievable. Chris the Drummer Bowles, Bob LaChance getting back to you with this week's pre-foreclosure tip of the week.